so excited to share that through Executive Endurance Coaching, I've officially joined Never Second's Coach and Nutritionist program. Never Second is a science-driven performance nutrition brand built specifically for endurance athletes. I've personally been using their fueling system for years in my own training, and I love how simple, precise their approach to carbohydrate fueling is for runners, cyclists, triathletes, you name it. And today, if you want to try Never Second for yourself, our listeners can get 15% off by using the code GRIT15 at checkout. GRIT 15 at checkout. Just head to never2.com and start fueling your training with intention. This episode is brought to you by Koya Performance for Life. Koya combines wearable technology with behavioral science to help you unlock more energy and perform at the highest level. Their coaches have worked with Olympians, Super Bowl MVPs, World Series champions, and other elite performers. Their 12-week program focuses on sleep, exercise, nutrition, mindset, and recovery, blending biometric data from wearables like Aura, Whoop, or Garmin with one-on-one coaching from a team that includes a dietitian, sleep coach, movement specialist, and mental performance coach. I'll personally be participating in their March cohort and will be sharing updates with you along the way so you can hear exactly what the experience is like. Grit Files listeners today receive 33% off the program using the code AGRANDOFF. Visit koya.life to learn more. Welcome to the Grit Files. I'm your host, Laura Reynolds. This is season 2, episode 2 with Dan Green. Dan,
Nice.
welcome to the Grit Files.
Oh, dude, happy to be here. Season 2, episode 2.
Yeah,
Perfect
exciting stuff.
episode.
Right after Cocodona 250. So I feel like I said, it was
Watched it.
serendipitous that this timing was when it was.
Mhm.
And you were watching it from a different vantage point this year, which,
Yeah, I got to run it last year and have the honor of winning it. And this year wasn't back there. But got to watch it from the live stream, which is, I mean, if you're watching it, it's probably better than being there
right?
because you can see so many different things at once, and the drone shots are also pretty. And uh I don't know, you get to follow along in the chat, which is fun, you
Yeah.
know?
They do a
It's
really good job with coverage. For whatever reason, I felt like it was easier to kind of follow along than Western States, just because the
oh yeah.
coverage it's clearer. It doesn't cut out. Like it's much
Yeah,
easier
yeah,
to
yeah.
follow along with.
It's the best race coverage of any trail race, I'd have to say.
Yeah, for
There's no
sure.
trees like you're saying. They have service. They have time to like talk. Like in Western States, you can't talk to somebody's crew.
Right.
They got to get to the next aid station.
Exactly.
It's so quick. Cocodona's like, well, I got like 8 hours to kill. Sure, I'll talk to you for a while.
I know you look so chill and all the coverage of them talking to you. I'm like, what? I've never looked
Yeah.
that chill in any race. So before we dig into all of the questions, I want to actually I didn't even prep you for this piece. You don't even see this coming.
It's
But I want
good.
to take you back to when I actually learned of the name Dan Green, back in 2022. I don't know if you remember this, but Barboursville, West Virginia, it was the Run Wild 20 miler.
Oh yeah.
This was
Were
like
you at that?
I raced it. And
Nice.
okay, now that it's many years removed, I can be honest about it, but I had actually just tested positive for COVID before running that race. And I was like,
Nice.
do we still go? But like that was my big race that I really wanted. It was like a destination race for me because I'm in Maryland. Um, and it just
Okay.
looked like a really cool race. And I followed Roman Run, the
Yeah.
company that with the store there locally for you guys. And I was like, oh, that'll just be really like a fun run. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, you showed up in your Marshall running kit. I
Probably.
remember. And I remember thinking seeing that because anytime you see a start line and you see somebody in like their college running kit, you're like, shit, this is gonna be like a fast front of the race. And it was like it was actually a very fast race. And you have some local like fast dudes that were running that race.
Yeah, there was a kid. I don't know if was that the first year they ran that race or this.
Yes, I think
Okay,
so. Yeah.
because I know I don't think I even it was either the first I won one of those, but then one of them I got beat by a kid who's super fast, Ford McElroy,
Yeah.
who has a great name. I think he's from Kentucky, like
It is a
Lexington
cool
or
name.
something. Yeah, but he's awesome. But he yeah, there we had a bunch of people running quick,
It was
out
wild.
there.
I mean, I thought that I was just hopping into like a fun, like local town race, and it was just like a
Yeah.
destination race. And I saw you guys all roll up in your kits, and I'm like, dang, this is going to be fast. And it was.
And I remember walking from that race being like, this Dan Green guy, like he's gonna really blow up this sport the second that people figure out who he is.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and at that time, yeah, and at that time, like that you were pretty new to the sport, like hadn't really, it
Yeah.
wasn't really until Cocodona. So then fast forward 2025, you came in and not only won Cocodona 250, but you set the course record. Um, so needless to say, I think people kind of figured out who you were. The
Yeah,
name was known.
that
And
helped.
I remember watching you in the live stream, and it was like that Leonardo DiCaprio gif where I was like, "Hey, I know him. I ran with him."
Yeah.
So it's like a really cool moment to kind of be able to see the evolution of Dan Green before he was Cocodona Dan.
That's true. I
Um,
mean, yeah, that was just 2 years out of college, Dan. Like
yeah, yeah.
just running, like probably still drinking way too much and running still.
You couldn't have known that because you were still like teeny little baby. Like no, no
I have
drinking,
no
wait, none
idea.
of that.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before Cocodona, there were a few years there where you were kind of chasing sponsorship. And I hate to admit that I probably know this from Strava. I feel like I remember these days, but you were kind of like chasing, was it Asics at the time where you're like, sponsor me, Asics?
I don't know. Maybe I did that a bit. I mean, you don't really know in trail running, it's a little bit more clear now. It's like,
Right,
but if you live where a place like I live, like where it's not, there's not other people that do it, and there's not companies and stuff based out of where you live. Like, there's really no one knows how to get these sponsorships.
no, no,
Granted, maybe I wasn't good enough at the time, and that's a piece of the puzzle as well. Like showing up at the right race and doing
right.
doing what you need to
Just
do. But
exposure.
also a lot of it is like who you know and like do you know what to do, who to talk to, like can you get someone's email that's actually like an athlete manager or something.
Right.
So I was just like, well, I'll just blind shot all this and just hopefully some of it lands. Which I think the biggest moment that I had doing something like that was probably at Javelina my second year. And I like ran up to the live stream and I was like, somebody sponsor me,
Yeah,
please.
I think I remember
It
seeing
was
that.
like mid race, like because they have the tent, the live stream tent right on
Right.
the course at Javelina where you do the out
Yeah.
and back. And I think I was just like shouting that the whole time.
Right. Like you're not
Yeah.
above begging for a sponsorship.
No,
They've all done it.
I'll
Somebody's
do it.
done that.
I'll ask for help. I'm
Hey,
not afraid.
it worked. The formula worked, which we will definitely get into sponsorships, but it worked for you. Um, so during those days where you were kind of building like relevance and validation for yourself and building a name for yourself in the sport, what did you have to believe about yourself in those seasons when no one was validating, like nothing was validating the work? What did you have to believe about you?
I mean, that just comes down to like it's like meeting like if you meet your like life partner or something, like
Yeah.
sometimes you just know, like, even if you've not been with them for a decade, you'll know like this is the one, after a certain period of
Mhm.
time. You kind of feel like that whenever you find what you're supposed to be doing in the world, what is your
Yeah.
purpose? And like sometimes it may seem sappy, like that's or goofy that that's running, or uh doing something like that. But for me, it just felt so right. And I felt
Yeah.
so much purpose and stuff in it and everything. And it had suited me well up until all of my life, up until now. And so I was just like, well, I'm gonna keep doing this, keep working at Robert's Running Shop, selling shoes and
It's a great shop.
running, and yeah, just keep working and running. And I wake up every day and I get to do what I love to do, and um, I have people around me that love me, and I care about them. And I'm like, well, I have a roof over my head. I'm doing what I love to do. I'm making enough money to live and save some money. So
Yeah.
I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
And so I
Well,
just kept at it, and
yeah.
figured if you do the right thing long enough, it'll pan out.
And I feel like too with running, you mentioned that it sounds silly, but at least for me, there was like a version of me that was allowed to exist in running that couldn't exist anywhere else. So
Yeah,
I just felt lucky to be a part of, and I feel lucky to be a part of a community and a sport that allows me the space to just be a version of me that I love. So
so
that in and
true.
of itself is rewarding, you know?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm really outgoing. Like I'm the classic. I think a lot of endurance athletes maybe fit in this feel this way, but like I'm like a introverted extrovert.
Yes.
So like in the running world, I'm like if I go to a race or if I'm on a run with people, if I'm in that space or I'm at like the running shop, we're talking about shoes or whatever, I'm like can do whatever, but other places in life, I'm kind of like I'd rather not talk to anybody and just
Yeah.
like go in,
Yeah.
get out, not do anything. But if it's in the running space, that's like my, I feel a lot of
Yeah.
calling purpose there.
Come
So
alive a little bit.
yeah, I feel good. I feel
Yeah.
good.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Um, did you have moments during this build time where you were building the name for yourself, where you thought like, maybe I'm not going to get there. Like maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe I'm not going to get the sponsorships. Maybe I'm not going to get to the level that I really dream of getting to.
hmm Uh, yeah, I guess I probably thought that. I was like, well, I'll just keep doing this. It wasn't until, I had like a pretty good result that I was like, okay, I think I can do it. But I mean, even up until last year signing with Solomon, I still thought like it may not happen, and that's okay. Like I'll just keep showing up and
Yeah.
doing
Just
it still.
come
I'll
back to
just,
your roots.
be a shoe guy for my
Yeah.
life, which
Hey,
is fine too.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, you do get a little like, but then again, it goes back to like you don't really want to once you make that choice, once you make that decision where or you figure out like what your actual purpose and calling is in life, and that may not be sports, it may be something else like a job or whatever. That's why, you go somewhere and you're like you go to a restaurant and you have like really good food and you're like, oh, that food was so good. That person in the back is probably like feels like they're meant to be cooking food for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can tell. And so, yeah, I think just once I made that choice to think that way, it really didn't worry me that much because I was like, something will work out. Whether I'm a professional runner, like performance wise, or just working in the space or working with athletes or working for a brand, like I knew something would work out in the
Yeah.
running world.
Yeah, and I feel like we're probably of similar mentality as like if something's meant for you, like it's not going to miss you, it
No,
will find a way to happen.
yeah, it may not come right when you first want it,
Right.
but eventually, and that's good too, because sometimes that gets you like that point between thinking it should happen and it not happening, and then that being a longer drawn out process before whatever that is happening. That's when you do your like craziest like training and stuff.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
you think back to it later on, and you're like, how in the hell was I even doing that? Like, how was I
Yeah.
doing all this training and like working all the time and like, or insert whatever X you were doing? That's
Yeah.
like that period of time that like fuels the rest of your life because you're like, you think back, how did I even do it then?" And you're like, well, I better be doing it now.
Yeah. I feel like
So,
in sport and in life, in the bigger picture of things, it's like in hindsight, it's easier to see things this way. But like when you ask for something, it's easy to get upset if it doesn't happen right away because you're like, oh, I guess I'm just never going to get that thing. And what
yeah,
you don't realize is that life kind of, it doesn't automatically just hand you the thing that you're wanting. It gives you a set of circumstances that you have to work through and a set of conditions that you have to work through in order
yeah,
to get to that thing and appreciate it differently than you may have had you just like easily won the race. Like it gave you a set of circumstances where you had to put in the work every day and then the win was that much better at the other side.
exactly. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's the beauty of training for big races is like or long anything really, I guess, but like it's not what happens in 2 weeks. It's the compound of, 6 to 8 months of
Yeah.
training for something,
And
which
who you
is
become in that training. Like not just the
exactly.
training itself, but like who did you become as a person by having to endure this every day? Like you're not the same
Yeah,
person on the other side of this training,
not at
you
all.
know? Um, when you crossed that finish line at Cocodona and won,
Mm.
what was the first emotion that you felt? Like no polished answer, just like the first thing that came to mind.
I mean, just like and relief that it was over and we finished it and we'd accomplished our goal of finishing it.
Yeah.
Uh, I was pretty like cooked probably at that point, so I didn't
Yeah.
have a ton of thoughts, but I
Zero brain
definitely
cells
just
left.
you just feel so like so much relief it's after something like that and um Yeah, it didn't really set in that like we had won until I called my now fiance Sydney on the phone, and
I
and
remember
she
seeing
was
it.
like so happy, and I hadn't talked to her really, but maybe 15-20 minutes across the whole race. So it was nice to talk to her
Like hear a
after.
familiar voice. Like
Yeah, because then it really set in that we had done something special or whatever, and that's kind of when it was like more exciting,
well, and she was
I'd
training
say.
for kind of a big thing at the same time too. She's med school.
Yeah, she's just started her
Yeah.
fourth year, so she was
So
deep in the trenches.
yeah, and it's just kind of cool because I remember seeing them pan over to you, talking to her on the phone, and I thought it was just like a special moment because you had just finished this like massive thing, and you've got everybody congratulating you about this massive thing. But you can see in the way that you talked to her that you were just celebrating the thing that you had done together. Like she's
Oh
been your
yeah,
support on the back end of this, going through her own really hard effort, and you were like celebrating it together. It was the first thing that you wanted to do, and that was so cool and just
it was
like
awesome.
wholesome to see. So it was sweet. Um, this is kind of off script, but I'm curious because this is Coco Donut 250 is the race that everybody knows you for because that was when you like were first on the map. But
Yeah.
everybody has like a core memory race, whether they DNF'd in it, whether they won it, whether it was just like their favorite race. Was there a race outside of Cocodona that you have like forever in your mind is like that was what changed racing for you?
I'd have to say going to have the two javelinas that I've done were kind of that race for me.
Yeah.
Um, Especially the second time because I got faster. I was able to go back and run a little faster. And so being able to do that, um, and run like what I like breaking 13 hours the second time for me, even though it was only by like 2 minutes or a minute or something. Like once I did that, I was like, okay, I know there are people that run professionally that run 13 hours in the 100K. Like this is at least I have like evidence now,
Right. Like we're on to something here.
So yeah, that was probably the most meaningful race as far as like what I could think was what I thought was possible for my career.
Yeah.
Um, for sure. That second javelina, it was just 100-mile distance suits me well, and that race went really good. And I was like, oh shit, maybe we can do this. Like
Yeah.
if I keep getting better, like I think we can do this.
Yeah.
So that was
Love
like
it.
2024, I think.
Yeah. Right before.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, Shortly after crossing the finish line is kind of when everything started to kind of bubble up, and your days of chasing the sponsors were over. So you signed with Salomon, Martin,
Hmm.
Garmin. Yes.
Yep.
Um, And you literally had people like zooming in on the live stream during that Cocodona race to be like, what ramen is he eating right now? Like,
Yeah.
how is he fueling? What shoes is he wearing? I was one of these people. I was like, what ramen is that? That-
Yeah. Yeah.
um, so what did it feel like to not be the one chasing anymore? Like you were tapped by these sponsors now. Like, what was that feeling?
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's still work, in a way, but it's also like it is weird, I guess, because then you got to start looking at the paperwork side and like kind of understanding
Mhm.
like how that world is.
The pressure
It's
side, probably.
yeah. Well, there's some of that, but I mean, if you're in the right place, you don't feel that pressure, I
Yeah.
guess. But um, yeah, it's like it seemed to be completely honest, it was like awesome at first, and then I was like, damn, there's a lot of shit that I have to do. There's a lot of like things I gotta read, and like you don't want to get screwed over. And then where
Yeah.
you're not like a generation, I'm not like winning Western States, so like the contract, like signing with somebody isn't as big of a monetary gain as you would think. Like it's not like you're an NFL player
Right.
all of a sudden. It's like,
Right.
well, I don't want to get screwed because it's enough money to where I could run professionally, but then it's also like it's not enough to where I can afford to lose somewhere, in the
Right.
contract or whatever. And so luckily I got to work I work with Kelly Newland as an agent.
Yeah.
She came in very shortly after. I asked her if she could help me and she graciously did. And so she was able to field a lot of that stuff for me and make sure I didn't get screwed, which is cool. But yeah, it was exciting. I will have to say. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
have like a ton of different brands like reaching out, but it was enough to be like, oh, this is cool. I have some options,
Right.
and um, Yeah, Solomon has been great. I've loved. I mean, I wore a lot of their stuff during the race,
Yeah.
and I love the team that they've kind of worked on assembling in the performance team. So that's been cool too.
Yeah, and I mean, you
But
had a pretty sweet looking like training camp out in like the coastline of Italy recently.
yeah, that was the last one. There was two this year already. We have like a winter camp, a spring camp, and then the UTMB camp.
Yeah,
We were at Gran Canaria Island, Gran
it looks
Canaria.
beautiful.
It was sweet. I was like, I should not be here, but I am.
No, you went from like tinkering around in West Virginia to running these beautiful coastlines in Canary Islands and
It's
Italy. And
mind-boggling, yeah.
yeah, it's wild. And like literally from having to jump in front of the camera to be like, hey, sponsor me to like now you have professional photographers following you around in these beautiful locations. And you're like, what? Wake me
Yeah,
up. But
it's
I do think
insane.
it's important for people to know, I think outwardly people see, oh, they've got a sponsorship and they do think like, oh, they're making buco bucks now, or oh, like they're set and this is
No.
dream. And I think it's important for people to see the real side of that. Of like, shit, this is actually like a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, it's like paperwork, and it's not, like I said, it's not the NFL, It's like you don't
Right.
sign a contract and it's $1 million, like, which would be nothing in the NFL, but it's the sport's growing, and races like Cocodona help grow the sport because there's
Yeah.
so many eyes, so much advertising dollars, so much value to the brands brought to that race. And so having the race grow like it has, and following this year with Rachel winning and Killian coming in as top guy too, like they brought a lot of eyes to the race. And
Yeah.
like, if we're just using that as an example, like that one race helps everybody, the bigger
Yeah.
these races get, like the better the live streams are, the better it is for the athletes, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the sport is definitely growing. Even within the last 2 years, I feel like there's run clubs everywhere. There's
Oh
and
yeah, run
like
clubs are everywhere,
it's
rampant.
wild. It's wild. Part of me loves it, and part of me is like, can we not have this many people run?
Nah,
Like you're gonna.
I like a good run club.
It's
I
it's.
like
Oh, I'm
it's
part of the run club, and I love
Yeah,
the local run club, but it's like, dang. We had this like secret thing that no one knew about this gem, and now everybody knows that it's so special. And I'm like, huh, when did
yeah.
this happen?
That was like
Um,
COVID though.
Totally.
COVID was like all the places you would run that were nice for running, and then all of a sudden people are out there walking around, and you're like, why are you all out here?
Yes.
Everyone
What's
else started
happening?
walking. It's
Like
like,
they
this is
just discovered a
BS.
trail for the first time. I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly. You're like, this is messed up, dude.
Yes, yes, that's what it is. Like they're gumming up the good trails. Come on. But I do love it. Anybody who's out there wanting to move more, and I think people have caught on to the fact that it is more than just running. It's like who you get to become when you're training for a hard effort and just
Exactly.
movement. Gonna get a little bit into the hard stuff now that's probably still kind of fresh, but just the whiplash of success and injury because that happened kind of back to back for you. And I feel like it's important to
Hmm.
highlight this for somebody who's going through something similar, but not long after finally landing the sponsorship that you've chased for years, your body forced you into a pause and you had to get PRP done, right?
Yeah.
And that was
Hmm.
after, was it coming home from Italy? Like you went to the training camp and it was after the return from the camp.
Yeah, so flown to the camp. That was um uh I guess March, April, beginning of April.
Yeah,
Uh, and I got an MRI because it was hard for me to just get an MRI here. Um, and so I got one in Geneva, and then I went to the camp, and then our doctor read it, and I had a guy back here read it, and then they were like, well, the pain, which I should say before that, I've had right ankle pain for like years.
yeah,
And then it got worse, and it was kind of like maybe felt like plantar fasciitis, and then it was like stopped feeling like that and just started feeling like my heel was like broken essentially.
yeah,
And then I got the MRI because then you actually know what's going on, and they were like, well, this is what we've got going on. So yeah, I got all that done there, and then got the PRP done. I left camp a day early and went and got the PRP done
yeah.
there.
So
uh
what was that timing like emotionally for you?
I mean, it sucked, but it was terrible but it was one of those things as someone who's like always pushing and like trying to do a lot, not being 100%, like as someone who, if you run a lot, like if you're not at 100%, or like, if an injury is something you can run through, or if it's something that's like a problem.
Right. We
And for
usually
me,
just
it had,
ignore it. We're stubborn in this sport.
yeah. And there's a lot of things like that. You get a lot of niggles and stuff. And
Yeah.
some people don't understand that that's just how your body, like one day your knee could hurt 10 out of 10 pain. And then a day later it could go away and
Yeah.
never come back with sometimes. Um, But yeah, for me, it sucked, but it was also like I had been not training well for like over probably a year.
Yeah.
Um, so for me, it was like I don't feel that bad about it because it's either this or I'm never going to be competitive again.
Right.
It sounds kind of like doom and gloom, but in all
The
honesty, like
reality of it.
yeah, like there would be no way I'd be able to train enough uh, quality enough and then be able to race quality enough with the way my foot and ankle had been feeling for the last year or so. So, I mean, I'm honestly just proud I was able to do any of the stuff that I've been able to do since Cocodona and not do it terribly at it, but there's no way I could continue. So, you're kind of like I was like kind of backed into a corner, so I've been kind of mildly okay with it actually.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
what other
it's
options
your
have
last
you,
resort, so
right?
I'm like, well,
Right.
I can't do anything else, so this will
Right.
be okay. But
Right.
it has sucked as a runner and like a streak runner as well. I had to end the streak.
Oh, the streak. That's what it's
Yeah.
all about, too.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like nearing 7 years on the streak and had to cut it, but it's okay.
The
It's
streak
kind of
will wait.
sad, but
The streak
it's
will be
fine.
there waiting for you. You can pick
I
it
may
back
not
up.
even, I'm probably not going to streak again because now I don't need to, push my body past
Right.
its
What are we
like
proving?
after a race, I don't need to go run, I can just
Yeah.
go ride a bike for like 2 days and then run.
Yeah. Because I think I remember seeing the streak continue after Cocodona. I'm like, what is this madness? This is
Yeah, exactly. Why did I do that? I don't know.
right.
It was
Just
fun.
because. How hard was it to go from the highest high of your career to suddenly being unexpectedly sidelined? Because I feel like this does
Mhm.
happen to a lot of athletes where an injury comes out of nowhere and they are forced to pause. So what does that feel like emotionally?
Uh, I mean, it sucks, I guess, but it's like I said, it doesn't have to always be the end of the world. It's kind of like maybe the first week or so, you're kind of a bit lost. Your routine is
Mhm.
thrown off. Your emotions are definitely a little bit wacky as far as like hormonally. I think you get a little bit wacky.
Yeah,
Um, and we're all kind of like addicted to it anyway. So you can't run. You're like, oh my God, like
right.
every day is ruined as soon as it starts.
Yeah.
Um, but it has brought a lot of joy. It has brought a lot of like focus on other things that I've
Yeah.
really appreciated. And so for that, it's turning more into like a positive for me as far
Yeah.
as like focus on my relationships and focus on usually when people are cross training as runners, when they get to the cross training or the gym stuff, they're like, I don't really care. I ran today, so I can just half-ass this.
Right.
When that becomes your whole world, you don't half-ass any of it because you're like, this is all I have is
You're
the
certainly
gym and
not
like a
half-assing
bike.
your swims. I'm like,
No,
Is Dan a secret swimmer and no one knew about this?
I can swim okay. I can swim. I swam in high school and middle school, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I can
Because I was
swim.
like, these aren't like amateur swim times for somebody that's swimming.
It's my secret weapon, dude.
I know it's gonna be when you do that Ironman. So I mean that's
Exactly.
ama and there's no impact. Well, little impact when you swim. So it's great that
Yeah.
you have it to keep your endurance up and it's not easy.
No, I mean, training wise, just like with the swimming, I've been working with a strength coach, and one of the things we focus on is like um, air volume, breath
Yeah.
volume, like
Yeah.
expanding your rib cage and kind of getting more air in. And I started doing a little bit of that before I got hurt and started swimming, but now where I'm just swimming, I'm still doing the air stuff, but swimming is kind of like a pseudo like uh air volume exercise.
Yes.
So
I
you're
feel
kind of
that too.
like doing those expansion exercises while you're doing the swimming and so that's been really cool. I feel like when I go back to running, my breathing should be at a higher volume, maybe.
Yeah,
That,
definitely.
if that makes sense. I don't know
No
that that really
question.
makes sense, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's kind of the joy of like not really fully specializing so that when you do have a situation like this, like you do have something that you can fall back on and it keeps you sane and
So true.
fit,
Yeah.
you know?
Nurture your hobbies, man, because like you can fall back on those. It's so good.
Yeah. Like thank God.
Yeah.
Um, that kind of brings me to my next point. With all of this, who have you discovered that Dan Green is when he's not running 100+ mile weeks? Because I feel like this is the part that people like, if there is some silver lining, it's that, I talk a lot about this in my executive coaching spaces. Like this, there's power in the pause. And I feel like, if anything, like this
Ooh.
forces a really good moment to pause and like self-reflect. So in that pause, what have
Mhm.
you been able to like reflect on about yourself and who are you outside of the run?
Well, I feel like someone else would probably be able to describe who I am better than who I am, but
Sydney,
I,
are
I
you out there? Are
no,
you
she's not. She's at work. She's delivering babies right now,
Oh,
probably.
that's amazing.
She's been on her OBGYN rotation. Her like I
Oh,
call it like a sub-I. So like whatever you're interested in your fourth year, you do the rotation for that
that's
or
awesome.
whatever. But I think for me, it's like a lot of me is the same. I still want to be with people and be doing something like an exercise or whatever, or go swim. And luckily, I have the friend group that I have around me with
Yeah,
the Bargain Boys guys.
the Bargain
Um,
Boys.
and so we've all kind of taken up, well, not all of us, but a couple of them are joining me in the pool. They want to do an Ironman, like they're swimming. Everyone got bikes. We're gonna maybe go on some bike rides and like.
Like, name a
So
better group
that's
of
cool.
friends who just lean in and they're like, "We'll do an Ironman with you."
Yeah, dude. I mean, they're a lot of the guys I took to Cocodona that with me. So,
Yeah,
but yeah. I mean, a lot of me is the same. I think um, you find out some maybe things that you don't like about yourself, maybe too, when you're not
yeah,
just so focused on the thing that pulls a lot of your focus. When you're doing the thing that you want to do the most, and then you can't do that thing, you can
yeah,
kind of see like, okay, what are the things I've built up around me that maybe aren't good?
yeah.
And so being
But
able to
that's
work on that kind
beautiful
of stuff.
too. Like that is
Yeah,
just as beneficial to be able to kind of like do a self audit and be like, you know what, that particular thing about me, like maybe this is the moment where we can sharpen it and be something a little different. And I love
exactly.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You get pretty uh whatever they call that, like tunnel vision on some
yeah,
stuff sometimes. And so it's good
yeah,
to have a little more freedom of your mind, I guess, and
for
think about
sure.
other stuff too.
Yeah. Um, what part of yourself are you rebuilding right now that has nothing to do with fitness?
mm, ah,
Is it fiance Dan? Are we wedding planning during this moment?
I mean, we're wedding planning, that's for sure. Well, mostly Sydney. I give her most of the credit there. But we do have a venue picked out, so I mean, we're
Oh, the big
basically there.
milestone's over then. That's
Yeah,
got it.
we had a call with a photographer. We're in there basically.
You're good.
Uh yeah, I don't know. I mean, what am I working on other than that's not fitness related? Um, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I'm working on my if we're talking about actual things, I've been working on my latte art.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, because
Trying to
you're a
get
big
that.
coffee guy, right? You
I'm a
like
huge
an
coffee
espresso
guy.
guy.
Yes. So I've been ripping out espressos, trying some
Nice.
different beans, trying some different milks. Um, yeah, that's I guess
I mean,
other
that's
than
pretty cool.
yeah, like hands-on stuff, that's probably it. That's not fitness related. Most of my life is fitness related, so it's
How's the
kind of hard to
patience piece? Is patience maybe a part of this?
yeah, probably patience and I gotta there's a couple things in my life I gotta do. Like I gotta find a doctor. I don't have a
Oh,
primary
that's
care physician.
maybe just a minor thing that needs to be
I
done.
need a doctor. We're planning on trying to do a residency somewhere else. So like, thinking about moving somewhere, um,
Just a couple
that kind of
small
stuff,
things.
you
Yeah,
know,
just little
that's like
things.
life stuff though. You got to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna move into like pivoting without quitting for a little bit.
Sure.
So you've shifted into swimming, as we've talked about, and cycling while healing. What has adapting taught you about endurance?
What is adapting, Tommy? I don't know. Like doing these other activities, I feel like are when I go back to running, the running will feel easier.
Right.
Because I feel
Totally
like
agree.
the running you can make hard, but it's something you want to do. But I don't really want to do an hour of ski erg,
Oh,
but I can push
that's
on
a
an hour of
nightmare.
ski erg. You know what I mean? Like I can do the same amount of pushing, but the enjoyment level is way lower. So I think that's going to be good when I go
Yeah.
back to running, you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
So that's kind of been fun experiment wise. I'm like, well, you got to push the most, you got to get the most out of yourself while you can, and in these other disciplines. And since you don't really want to do them that much, like it's going to benefit you when you go back to doing what you want to do,
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean,
I would think.
certainly not going to hurt you, any of these
No,
activities.
yeah.
Um, what's humbling about starting over, even temporarily, in another discipline?
Uh, well, nothing real. I mean, nothing is like, well, humbling, I guess. There are some older people that come to the Y that I swim at.
Hmm.
They're animals.
It's insane. Even the
They're so
cycling
good.
world, you're like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I gotta start. I'm like, it's pushed me to want to like swim, can keep swimming
Hmm.
after I start running again, just to like get a little bit better at it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean, it's just yeah, it's humbling in that it's everyone is good in their thing, and
yeah,
I see that in cycling with some of the people I've ridden with, and then I just saw that yesterday. I did a Zwift race,
yeah.
a
Oh,
Zwift
geez.
e-race.
How'd it
I
go?
got absolutely destroyed.
And they're all like 60.
Yeah, I have no idea how old they were, but I'm sure they're not all like, I don't want to sound like a dick, but it's like they're not all professional athletes or
Right.
whatever, but they're really good
Their
at
dads,
cycling and that's what they do.
their
You know what
dads
I
or
mean?
granddads, and you're like, what?
Yeah, it's like someone's uncle's in there just like
Yep.
destroying me on a random Thursday.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
so true.
so I
I
mean, it's just,
actually I have someone locally here, and he's been like my role model. But I grew up, and he was my neighbor. He's probably early 60s.
nice.
And I run with him every once in a while for training runs, and he's got like a slower pace. He's like 10-minute miles, which fine,
Hmm.
not judging anyone's pace, but slower than what I'm used to. And I'm running with him, and I'm like, oh, he's a decent athlete. He has run a trip, or he has done a triple iron before, which is 3 Ironmen back to back. And I'm like,
Just like casually, dude. Like,
also, like maybe therapy, sir, but
when
like
did he
what?
do this?
This was maybe 2 years ago. You'll have to look him
Okay.
up. His name is Brian Walker. He is
Wow.
like the OG in triathlons and Ironmans. And it's like, I can't even fathom running that distance alone, like
Yeah.
doing each leg of that race three
Double.
times.
Do you
How?
go through, how does that work? Do you do like 4 mile swim, 220-mile bike, 50K or whatever?
Yep, you stick to the entire
Or,
leg of each thing, but
okay.
triple the distance. Which is
Oh,
like
that's
madness.
insanity.
Madness. And I'm like, all right, is he amazing at this, or is he one of the only idiots to do it? I'm unsure, but he did it, and it's better than I could do.
Sometimes that's all it takes, man.
Right? It's crazy. Um, do you feel like cross training is preserving fitness or preserving sanity more?
Oh, I hope it's doing both.
I hope you
And
both.
I hope it's healing me. I hope it's doing a third thing.
Oh, it's
I hope
one
it's
million percent healing you.
Yeah, I hope it's doing all three things. I know it's not. I mean, the running fitness is going to be a little bit weird when I get back, but I
Well, it needs
definitely still
legs.
feel fit. I still feel really fit, and I feel like
Yeah,
it will help in other aspects of my running that I was lacking in, like descending and stuff. I think is going to be a lot better now, just
for
because of
sure.
the muscle like density and just having more strength in my lower leg and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really big and more hip strength and like low back strength. I think it's going to be huge
You're
for
not going to be
stuff.
tight at all. Like you're not going to realize how tight you were until you go back to run after all of this and you'll be like, what is this?
That's
Like,
so
what am
true.
I
It's
feeling?
it's funny you say that because the strength coach I work with, Erin, really big on like being loose, like being fluid when you're
Yeah.
running, very loose. Like
Yeah.
we're working on the like my whole body's fascia system
Yeah.
basically is what we're doing.
Oh my God.
Like my posture, we're doing a bunch of these weird exercises with my, breathing and pelvis and fascia and all this. And to be honest, I had always been in the camp of like, you want to be tight when you run.
Yeah.
That was like always I'm like, that's always better. But I think that's just like the track runner that I started being, as a cross
Yeah.
country track person in high school or whatever. But it's not how that should be. You should be really loose.
No. And I feel like there's actually less injury when you're loose because your body isn't like on edge.
Yeah,
And we're gonna see like Gumby Dan. This is gonna be the new
dude,
iteration of Dan
I would
who
love to
is this
see that.
athlete.
No, two good feet, real slicky looking. That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Who is this guy? Gonna go into the Sydney part of the conversation because I feel like we got to bring Sydney
The
into this.
best part.
So you recently got engaged for anyone who doesn't know to Sydney Smith. So congrats.
Thank you.
That's
It was great.
awesome. And I feel like when you're an endurance athlete, having a partner is like having a forever crew because they have to be able to read like where you are emotionally and physically. And they've got their own stuff going on, but they have to be able to read where you are so that they can show up to be your support system. So how has having a partner in your corner changed your ability to endure these hard seasons?
Yeah, I mean, just having someone that you like fully trust and love and just like get to live with and like share all your moments with, just having someone that knows the things that I think is huge
Yeah,
as far as like what you're going through at the time. And they maybe don't even have to do anything about it, but just knowing that someone knows. It's like
just being there.
it's what I would imagine going to a therapist is for some people is like just being able to tell someone what they're going through. They don't even have to like say anything back. It's like just having that
Yeah.
um kind of relief or whatever, or release or whatever of your thoughts. So that's been huge. But then also too, like I was just thinking about this today because I was talking to my buddy Ryan about it. It's like having someone like going to a race now, it's not just like these races and stuff aren't just for me. Like it's for
Yeah.
her, like
Yeah.
for both of us, because we're both, she has to put up with me and like I have to go do all my training stuff and I help her with the stuff I can help her with. And it's like, I want to do well for both of us. And so
Yeah.
having that um is just like huge too, like when you're out doing stuff. Like it's not just my life now, it's both of our lives. So like I need to do I need to do the right thing,
It
you
brings
know.
just so much more meaning to what it is that you're doing. You're not just running just to
Yeah.
run, or you're not just running to like prove to yourself what your fitness is. Like you're doing it and at the end, like you could tell at Cocodona, like you were the first thing you thought to do was to tell her, like we won. We
Yeah.
did this thing. And I just thought that was the cutest moment ever and just
Well,
so wholesome that immediately the thought wasn't to celebrate you, it was to celebrate us, which is huge. Um,
I mean, I mean, people aren't who they are unless they have a strong partner usually. So, I
yeah.
mean, for sure. Or friend group or whatever it may be. Maybe if you
Yeah,
don't have
support.
somebody, but there's people that care about you and whether you know it or not yet, eventually you'll know that like that's a big part of who you are, what you get to do, what you've been able to accomplish. Like the people in your life make all the difference. So
Yeah,
it's kind of insane.
I love it. What
Mhm.
does it mean to be deeply supported by someone who is also carrying her own demanding path through medical school? Like,
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean it's sometimes it's hard. Like if I'm training a lot and her schedule has gotten a little more loose here, where she's not as much in the school part as just like essentially just going to work now
right,
and coming home. But there was a time where like I didn't see her in the morning. Like I'd wake up and get ready to go do something at like 5 in the morning or whatever, and then I would see her. I'd work out, go to work for 8 hours, come home, work out again, and then we wouldn't see each other till like 8:30, like 8 o'clock at night, and then
okay.
eat, go back, and then go to bed at like as soon as you could, and then wake
Yeah,
up and do it again. So I mean, it can be tough for sure, but like it makes the time you have good, and when you're both really focused, I think the time goes pretty fast too. Like hopefully that's not your whole life together is like only
right.
seeing each other
It's ships
a little
passing.
fraction of the time, but it maybe made that time go by really fast too, because it was like, well, we're both so zoned in on what we're doing that it's um making it not as bad, seem as
Yeah,
bad, which I'm lucky in that respect because like with her being in medical school and I mean the path forward is not any easier as far as like residency, what that looks like is pretty heinous as far as the hours are
right,
concerned. So for me, I'm thinking to myself, well, back to what I said earlier, like this is the time I have to train the best
right,
I can for both of us. And so, and for me, so like that's what I'm gonna do. So it's actually it's like s- sucks in a way, but then it's also kind of relieving in a way because we're
right.
both
Like, when else would
yeah,
you have the time if you guys didn't have this
yeah.
demanding
Like I
schedule?
couldn't imagine being with someone who didn't have a demanding schedule because I would feel like an asshole,
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah,
you know? Like if
totally.
especially if she didn't run, like but luckily she runs and she's a really good runner, but I couldn't imagine being with someone who didn't have a demanding schedule and then I was doing what I was doing or vice versa.
Oh, you would
Like,
for sure look like a dick.
which I've felt that way slightly where I haven't had to work as much now with Solomon and like some sponsors. I don't work every day.
Right.
And I'm still like training on either. Like if I work, it's like 4 hours and I train before and after. So it still kind of ends up being like, could be like a 10-hour day or whatever if you want to count it like that. But it's like I still feel kind of bad because I'm like sometimes I'm just like here multiple days in a row and I just like eat and work out and eat and work out and like clean and cook and that's pretty much all I do. And then she's like studying her brain off and like
Delivering babies.
yeah, like cutting people open and like pulling children out of them. So I'm like, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, it's
So like
wild.
I sometimes I feel like it's flipped on me and I'm like, oh shit, now I feel guilty. I'm like, I gotta go do something.
Go deliver a baby somewhere. Hurry up.
They don't want me doing that.
How has Sydney helped ground you when your athletic world has felt unsteady?
I mean, just being constant in my life and just always being there, that kind of thing. I mean, um, being together, I think is good for me. Like always, at the end of the day, I know I have like I have someone there, um, that I can just like be with. Uh, that's big for me. I'm a huge just like physical touch person, so I just need a good hug
Yeah. You
and
just
just
hold my
having
hand for
some.
a second.
Yeah, having something like that, it's good. It's like
No, I
that's,
get that.
the kind of goes back again, like what I said earlier. It's like, your life's okay if like if you have a job, if you can do what you love every day and, you're saving some money, spending some money, you're not trapped, you have a car, like if you have these things, like it's okay. And one of
Right.
those things for me now is like, okay, if Sydney is in my life, like everything, it's okay. It's whatever it is happening, it can't be that bad because I still have all this stuff and Sydney, so it can't be that bad.
All of the fiancés and spouses out there are going to listen to this and be like, see what Dan's saying? Because you're
I
saying
mean,
all the
they
right
probably
things.
think the same thing, dude, or they should probably.
They
Uh,
should, for sure. If they don't already, they should. Um, when you're at your lowest mentally, which it doesn't
mhm.
sound like it actually happens very often, I feel like you're generally like you're like a grateful and like hopeful and just like happy person, which more people need to be. But
Gotta try to be at least.
yeah, you have to. But what does Sydney say or do that helps bring you back to center to be like, hey, we're still good. Everything's
Mm,
fine.
I don't know. I don't know that she says anything in particular.
It's the hug.
We
It's
don't
the
have any
hug
like
for sure.
household mantras or anything, but I don't know. I couldn't really say. I don't know that she says anything in particular. Just being there, I think, is um
I mean,
big.
sometimes that's all you need is just somebody sitting there who knows you almost better than you know yourself, so that when you forget, they're just the reminder. They're just remember who you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so true. That's good.
Um, Before we wrap, it's Friday, so I wanted to do something different and fun. We've not done this on the Grit Files before, but I thought like you might be the
Nice.
perfect guinea pig. So we're gonna play a quick game of Would You Rather.
Oh God.
Running. We kept it clean, don't worry.
Okay, good,
All
good, good,
right.
good.
All right. Would you rather never use caffeine during a race again or never run with music again?
Never run with music again.
Do you even run with music? Does that matter?
Not in races, no, not
Yeah, I
usually.
don't either. Um,
I did try it and when I ran Big Alta and then my headphones died, so I just threw them.
wasn't meant to be.
Yeah,
Nah. Would you rather run 50 miles in pouring rain or 20 miles in 100-degree heat?
20 miles in 100-degree heat
Oof, I don't
for
know.
sure.
Sounds like my death. Oh, this is a good one. Would you rather experience poop problems during a race or barf problems during a race?
Oh man. How long's the race?
Let's pretend this was happening during Cocodona.
Okay. Uh,
Were there poop problems during Cocodona?
I mean, I took a lot of bathroom stops, that's for sure. My system was still working quite well.
Oh my God.
Um, I don't know, that's a tough one because it's like in one hand, puking, you're probably losing a lot of nutrients, but same thing the other way. I would probably if the frequencies were the same, I would probably want to go to the bathroom. I'd probably take the poop problems.
If the frequencies were the same.
Yeah. I mean, if it was like every like 5 miles you're throwing up,
I'd
you would
probably
you'd
pick the
run
poop
out of
problems too.
yeah, you could just roll off though, get some good wipes, get a little bag, keep everything. Some bare butt wipes, dude. Shout out bare butt wipes.
Oh,
But
the best. Would you rather run an ultra with brand new shoes or a half size too small shoes?
brand new shoes,
Same, same.
guaranteed. As a shoe guy, you don't want to wear shoes too small.
Oh my God, like RIP to your toenails.
They're gone.
They'd be gone. Would you re Oh, this is a good one. Yesterday, Laura was thinking, would you rather relive your Cocodona win or fast forward to your comeback race?
Comeback race.
Gonna be good. I feel it for you.
Yeah. I
It's gonna
think
be
it'll
good.
be good. The Cocodona was great, but we'll still always have that. I don't need to relive those moments. I can think
Yeah,
about them. I don't need to relive them.
I love that. Have
It's
we
all
eyed
good.
up it? We're not going to give away what the comeback race is, but there will be one, folks. Stay
Oh
tuned.
yeah, there'll be
Comeback is
something.
coming.
I'm gonna run
Um,
again.
Absolutely.
I
And
hope.
especially now that you've got your deeper breath, come on.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna
Air
smash it.
volume is air volume's through the
Air
roof
volume
right now.
is on absolute max.
It's crazy.
Would you rather give up gels forever or give up post-race burgers forever? Or in your case, let's make it a post-race Coors Light forever. Oh my gosh, there's a
Get,
decision to be made here.
yeah, I don't know. That's real specific. Probably, probably. I mean, I'd have to give up the beers, right? I'd have to give up the Coors Light.
Mm.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to I would need gels.
You
I'd
can't
need
race with a
them.
beer,
No.
unfortunately.
The
Um,
celebration would be lame, but whatever.
we could celebrate with a gel. Let's make that a thing. Celebrate with a gel. Um, would you rather have Sydney crew your biggest race or be waiting for you at the finish line?
Waiting at the finish line.
Does she crew your races? Or has
No, she
she?
hasn't. She has before. She's crewed me at Javelina, but with her schedule, she's like not been able to do a lot of them. Um,
She hasn't seen you like in the pain cave. She gets to see you on the other side of it, but like not like Dark Dan in the
yeah,
pain cave.
it's not even that. It's just I would. It's less business when she's there, and I would probably waste too much time.
Too much hugging.
Yeah, especially a
You
race
could
like
never leave.
Cocodona. Like, I would be like, it would not be good.
Oh, speaking of which, do you prefer tough love from your crew or like a hug from your crew and like a pump up like you've got this?
I think if I can say a mixture of both, I like something just directness. So I guess that would be tough love.
Yeah,
Like if I ask a question, I just want the direct answer
yeah.
for
Where am
sure.
I? Who can I pluck off here?
Yeah, what do I need to do?
Yeah,
And they're
for
like,
sure.
take this, and I'm like, okay, I'll do it.
Got it.
Yeah,
Swimming or cycling?
I think cycling.
Really?
Swimming's fun, but it's even less social than biking. And biking's
Yeah.
already not
Oh,
very
of
social because you
course.
can't like talk during it. Swimming, you definitely can't talk during it. And you're inside and it's dark and you're just looking at the floor of a pool and
They do have underwater headphones that I now have, and I do use headphones for that because
Mm.
it
Did you
passes the
get
time a
H2
little better.
audio?
Yes.
Do you like them?
I
I
do.
guess.
And you can actually, there's like a little remote so that if somebody's like on the side of the pool and wants to get your attention, they can click a little remote and it like beeps so that you're like, oh,
Oh,
somebody needs my attention. So it's pretty cool,
that
actually.
is
Like
cool.
that's I really don't run with music very much anymore, but when I swim, I kind of do need it, especially for those longer swims. It's just like daunting without it.
It's pretty monotonous and boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cycling.
Yeah. Would you rather win another major ultra tomorrow or guarantee yourself 10 more healthy years in the sport?
10 more healthy years.
Smart. That was the smart answer.
That would be so
I was
sick.
like,
That's
don't be a
really all
dumb
I
here.
want. If I never win another big race again and I just get top threes all the time, but I get to run for like 10 years or more, dude, for sure, I'll do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We got
I
to
don't
learn from
care.
this. We got to be smart.
Third place still is podium, baby.
Oh, yeah.
And third place at the right race is still pretty good.
We
So,
love a third place.
yeah, we'll take a third
Fine.
place.
Um, in closing out, just for the audience that is probably in a similar season to you, and really anybody who hasn't maybe experienced the season yet, but what would you say to the athlete who finally achieved the thing that they worked for, only to lose momentum because of injury, burnout, or just life? Like, what would you want that person to know?
Well, I mean, if you feel like you're burnt out, it's like, you know, you've gotten to a point where you've burnt out, so take take advantage of that. Like take advantage of that time to work on the little things, like not think about what burnt you out. Like that's kind of where I am too. It's like, I hate to say that I was burnt out on running because I love it so much, but maybe I was burnt out on, focusing on races and trying to get through injuries and trying to get the sponsorships and trying to finish the paperwork. So if you find yourself burnt out, like that is as crazy as it sounds, and everyone probably says it, it's like probably a blessing in disguise that happened.
Yeah,
And you can really utilize that to focus on rolling that effort that you gave initially into something that suits you better, or regroup and go back into what you were doing and probably end up doing better than you would have done if you didn't have that time to stop. So, um, and it takes that happening before you agree with it. It's like
yeah,
cross training. I thought cross training was bull. To be honest, I was like, I'm a runner. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run, and that's what I'm gonna do. And that got me here. So it's kind of like you don't think now. I'm like, oh, cross training is good. Like your heart rate still gets up. Like, of course, this is still good for me. But like at the time, I'm like, this is dumb. Like pointless, time wasted.
right. It was a time suck from the thing that you wanted to do, which was
Yeah, I
running.
would have rather even gone and ran 5 mile double than get on the elliptical and do a 45-minute elliptical. Even though my heart rate
Right.
can get to the same level, but there's way less strain on my joints and bones. But it takes until you have that setback to
Yeah.
appreciate that. So yeah,
There's
you either
power in the
regroup.
pause. There's
Yeah,
power in
exactly.
the
I mean,
pause.
it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to give everybody the opportunity too. It sounds like Bargain Boys are back. I think I saw a post. So if
Yep.
people want to reach you, what's the tagline for Bargain Boys? Where can they find you?
Well, that's our so like YouTube and Instagram is Bargain Boys Media, and then my personal Instagram is just Dan is Green Classic. But yeah, you
So
can shoot me a DM on there. I usually try to get back to most of them. But yeah,
Dan, it has been an absolute pleasure talking with you today on a Friday, no less. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat, and I think the audience is really going to benefit from your story. And I personally am so excited for the comeback. I'm excited
thank
to
you.
see what's in store for your personal life and getting married. So it's just like a really exciting time in your life, and I'm here for it. So thank you for being a part of the podcast today, and can't wait for everybody to see your episode.
Hell yeah, it was good.